Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sixth Sense Fantasy and Betting Tips here for you for this week. Happy New Year, and we hope to help you guys get off to a great start to this year with some DFS locks, with our locks of the week, and a little teaser for 2021. All right, everyone, put your hands together. I want you to welcome back to the show, Coach Smitty.
Konnichiwa.
And of course, live from SoFi, I think SoFi, right? SoFi, we got Sizz.
Happy New Year, knuckleheads. Let's get 2021 off to a great start.
He's a knucklehead.
And
Bill Cartwright down there.
Yeah, Cartwright. And of course, we got Lambo up in this house. What up, Lambo?
What's up, everybody? Let's start the new year off right and get some money.
Ooh, yeah. All right, let's get an early start on those tax-free dollars that no one ever claims as long as they're not winning big at Vegas. All right, you know how we like to kick it off, right? With that FanDuel DraftKings, those little sneaky little lined up tips from Coach Smitty over here. Coach Smitty, what are we looking at for DFS for this last NFL regular season week?
Let's go. Here we go, guys. So we're going to, this week, I'm just going to give you running back.
I used to play running back.
So you can mix and match. We know King Henry is going to run wild on Houston. So just get him in there. He's going to run wild. Get him in there. Now we need to pair him with someone else and a flex option. I'd love to go running back flex option we have here. Another mid-tier guy that we do have, and it's Lambo's boy. He's been riding him all year, and he know where he's going against my good team. We'd love to keep losing, even though we got Lawrence locked in.
A really good game.
Poor Trevor needs to shave his stash.
Please mute.
My good friend Jonathan Taylor, get him back in there. He's actually one of my touchdown locks of the week. I know we missed Robinson last week, but he had a great game. He dropped that one in the end zone, but that happens. It's sports. So get Jonathan Taylor in there. Now we're going to go to two bottom guys that we can get at some value. Recently, just came in today with some breaking news. Kamara, he's got that COVID. He's not wearing his mask. He's not listening. Get your guy Murray in there. He's going to get the ball 20, 25 times. Another guy that we're going to take advantage because they're sitting everybody is our boy Williams up in Kansas City. Everybody's out for the Chiefs, but someone's got to carry that ball, and he's going to see it. So you can go Henry, you get Taylor in there. You can mix and match those guys with Williams and Murray. Actually, I'm going to call Murray. I'm going to go 2 touchdowns locks this week. I'm going to go Murray, and I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. We know Henry's going to get in the end zone. Everybody knows that. But those 2 guys are going to get in the end zone as well. And that's a building block for your DFS this weekend. Let's make that money.
Check. Lock it in.
Jonathan Taylor, locking him in all month long. Just keep him in there rolling into the new year. Might as well.
Just
Dude's the future over there, you know.
He's a touchdown machine lately, especially. Man.
How high do you think he goes in the draft next year? Do you go and reach high on him or?
Sis, great question. I love that. That's a great question, especially when we come to the end of the year. That's a great topic to go into next year. Here's the thing about fantasy football. People think, I'll just wait till it gets closer to season. You need to be prepared. Guys that are prepared, have success. So I'm just saying that's a great question. For me, with Taylor, there's only one issue, though, and it's catches. And hopefully if one of those other receiving backs leads, it can go up. I know even when he was at Wisconsin, he was trying to improve that. He's capable of doing it. So even if next year he catches maybe 40 to 50 balls, that puts up his value a lot more. For me right now, if I had to guess, I'm looking at Taylor mid-second to the early third, depending like who's falling there for me right now. That's kind of where I'm sitting at with that.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. And if it's a PPR league, maybe a little lower. What are you thinking on there?
I'm still about the same though, because it's got to look at how many. If he's becoming that workhorse in Indy, how many guys are going to get the ball as much as he does on the ground. So if he's still, if it's PPR, most leagues, if anybody's still playing standard fantasy football, honestly, their league should be taken out back and be put down.
No, Mama.
round. There's no reason for that. I don't know who does that. My great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy doesn't even do that stuff. So, yeah, definitely I could see him mid to beginning or early third for me going into next year.
Yeah, especially
He
in
is a
that
smash
division.
mouth workhorse over there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
especially that division with those defenses. They're a little soft down there.
Yeah, don't you talk about Duval that way. But yeah, he with that line, I think Rivers is going to be done this year. I think they're going to bring somebody else in, and that defense is very solid. So with that line and him running, that's a great place and a great value for him in that second round or early third.
I know Lambo over here. He's got a guy, Sean Diggs or Stefan Diggs, as his family only knows him as.
Yeah.
His stock has went up. He was Thielen was always going before him. So where do you think your boy Sean Diggs is going to be going? Sorry, Stefan.
No, not before you answer this, Lambo, because I know that's your boy. Just a little inside information. Diggs coming into this last year's draft averaged about the 5th to 6th round. People picked him up. So how far is he moving up your draft board?
Ooh, definitely moving way up from the 5th round. I probably don't have him in the first round elite status where, you'd pick up a D-Hop or well, now Devontae, usually you slate in Julio in there. But definitely a second rounder. The way that Josh Allen targets him, he loves to go after him, and they're just in sync. So another year off season together and a few more games under their belt, I think that's just going to be a dynamic duo for a few years to come, as long as they keep moving.
Yeah. Just keep calling him Sean, dude, because ever since you called him that, he's been blowing it up.
Got me that 3rd place for that 200. Thank you.
Let me just throw a little question to the room for everybody. If you're sitting there at like the 8th spot, I know what's his name had a down year, Zeke, but he's still a big name. If you're looking at Zeke or Diggs around that, say 8, 9, 10 PPR league, what are you going there? Are you going Diggs or are you going Elliott for the room?
I'm going Diggs because I don't think he's even going to be on the Cowboys. So I would go Diggs.
I'm going Diggs. Diggs for sure.
Diggs, and on Ramsey's point, if Zeke isn't on the Cowboys, what kind of run is he going to get with what kind of offensive line is he behind, too? That plays a big difference in Zeke. What's that O-line look like in front of him? But my boy Sean, one more time.
So we got Diggs moving up in the draft for next year, too. One last person I think we should talk about is just Mr. Tight End consistency, balling out year in, year out. Travis Kelce, like where's this guy falling now? What kind of respect does he deserve in the draft now?
He's an animal.
He's an absolute
falling, I would say skyrocketing.
Yeah, he's my third cousin on my dad's side. We go way back. Kelce's definitely he puts himself such a big gap between the other tight ends. I know Kittle, but Waller. But the thing is with those two guys, they disappear for games. Lambo, we talked about this earlier in our little pregame. They disappear. The thing with Kelce, he doesn't disappear. And I'm telling you, a great strategy coming in, instead of forcing one of those backs you're not sure of or a receiver you're kind of, well, do I want this guy or this guy? A great strategy is take Kelce in the back end of that first, because you immediately separate yourself from a category to people that have to make up points. So that's a sneaky strategy. I know people say, oh, you can find a tight end. Can't find a Travis Kelce.
Nope.
Yeah, he's a 1,000-yard receiver, and he's going to get around 70 or so plus catches every single year. And he's Patrick Mahomes, not even his safety valve, but he's also his safety valve when he can't get Tyreek over the top and people are doubling him. And he's just, loves to feed him, especially in the red zone.
Let me throw another poll for the room. I love these polls. I'm a big survey guy. It was so good that Sis vanished for a quick second.
He's like a stripper. He loves the polls so much.
He does. Sis loves
Dwayne Haskins over here.
He does. Give Sis a good stripper pole with Vaseline, and he's a happy man. But here's what we're going to do. You're sitting at 9, and you have Kelce. We know Hill went off big time with touchdowns. Are you going Tyreek, or are you going your boy Travis?
Travis Kelce.
I like it.
Go Tyreek.
I'd probably go Hill, yeah.
Like Smitty said, that gap between the tight end. You got to take it. That sets you far and away ahead of the next guy for that receiver. You can get another Tyreek out there.
And I don't think
not disrespecting Tyreek. Tyreek's
No.
an animal there, but just that gap separation, like we just talked about.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
think
the thing is,
personally, I think like just the boom games that Tyreek can have, like we saw against Tampa Bay. I mean, Kelsey's not going to have a 230-yard receiving game. Like a 140-yard game is fantastic for anybody. But that's where I kind of see his. But 2 touchdowns, 140 yards is like his boom. But Tyreek Hill, 3 touchdowns, 240, and a half. Like that boom possibility is the only reason why I do. I mean, yeah, Travis Kelce's a great guy to slide into that spot where everyone else is, hoping to get 50 yards off of 3 to 4 receptions. And you got Kelsey with 100 yards probably in the bank.
You can't
yeah,
go wrong. You can't go wrong
it's
in that pick. So.
No, and what's great about it, if you're sitting at that back end, you have to kind of decide that it's an interesting spot to be in. But both those guys, if you got them in the first round, I think if you go either way with them, you're safe. But yeah, I definitely think Kelsey is moving up into that first round. So just something to think about for everybody out there.
All right, for your 2021 drafts next year, think about it. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep it moving. Some of you may still be in your survivor leagues. Lambo got knocked out 2 weeks ago thanks to his Rams, but he's got a team or two, I believe, that he still had left to choose from that he likes for this week. So if he were to still be alive in the survivor with Wilson, then who would you take?
Yeah, still got knocked out. Still stings, those damn Jets, Jets. But it helped out Smitty, so somebody wins in the sixth sense. This week, I still got the Ravens, and the Ravens are fighting for that playoff spot. So they're playing Cincinnati. Baltimore has been running the ball great. Like I said last week, they throw the ball around just enough to make the defenses have to be aware. Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson are hitting on all cylinders the last couple of games. And J.K. Dobbins, let's feed him the rock. And then you got Gus Edwards also just running straight downhill, running through linebackers and anyone who gets in his way the last couple of games as well. So take those Ravens. And also you got to get those Saints in there. If you still got the Saints available, Breeze was out. Maybe you weren't sure if you should play him with Taysom Hill out there, and get those Saints. My boy Ross out there. Shout out. Take those Saints. You should be very happy. They're still fighting for that first round bye. If Green Bay could get upset by the Bears, so let's go Saints too if you got them available.
Like those picks a lot, especially Baltimore, a lot on the line, and the Saints with that outside shot at getting that number 1 seed. Those teams will be battling for something for sure.
Lambo, let me just throw a little something out there to you. I know you're the survivor guru. You had an amazing year. I look forward to your run next year. You've been hot with those over the last few years. But what about, because I know a lot of people, what they do with their survivor, the first thing they go to, where's the biggest spread? So just a quick question. I know this, and people are kind of thinking is the second biggest spread, I think, on the board right now is Cleveland -9. Why do you not like Cleveland instead of either one? I don't think if you have Saints or Cleveland available, but why not Browns over the Saints or the Saints over the Browns?
Yeah, Cleveland -9. Here's the thing. Sorry, Steve. I'm gonna piggyback on you right there, but there's just a few guys. Everyone has those few guys they don't like betting on. And Baker Mayfield is one of those for me. The other two guys, Joel Embiid and Cam Newton. I do not like betting on those guys because they let their personality get in the way. They're moody. Baker Mayfield is the same way. I just don't like rooting for the guy. You just never know what you're going to get. Look at last week against
Last week, yeah.
Was that Butt Fumble 2.0?
It was close. It was pretty bad.
All right.
It was pretty bad. So I think that they're going to win, but I just don't trust Baker at all. So that's the reason why I wouldn't throw, like you said, good point. You always want to try to target those big spreads because obviously you're going with the favorites. But Baker Mayfield, just Joel Embiid, Cam Newton, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get into the NBA and you tell us that Embiid personal rivalry. That's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
save that one.
Yeah.
Or opening NBA night. We'll go ahead and make sure we get that Joel story out there, Troy. It probably has to do with something. Troy saw him in public somewhere and then heckled him, and then Joel threw something at him. Probably something bad like that. I can tell.
Yeah, well, yeah. A fun fact about Lambo, this guy runs into more people that I know in my life, just random people. Like, and it's not like just one guy. He'll run in back-to-back guys and have some crazy interaction with them. The only guy I ever ran into was Genuine down Fremont Street, and I was tipsy yelling, "Let's ride the pony." And him and his bodyguards, I didn't like it. I think it was very funny. But this guy runs into more damn people than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
He was still riding that pony down there in Laughlin.
Damn, Genuine.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a celebrity encounter, just attach to the hip over here to a Lambo, and you'll either be playing blackjack with someone or watching them fall asleep in some pancakes, maybe even.
That might be a segment. Can we throw that possibly at Lambo's running segments of the week, of a weekly segment of him running into somebody?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, for sure.
Just throw it out there, entertaining. He'd be like the Charlie Murphy of run-ins.
Come here, bitch. I'm Rick James. Lick the whole side of her face, man.
I'm Lambo.
Yeah.
Hey, Deshaun Jackson. I'm Lambo. All right.
Jerry Sloan?
We're gonna move on. We're gonna go on. We're gonna do our teasers. Ponch isn't here tonight, so we're gonna pick up with Coach Smitty. He's got a teaser that he really, really likes for this weekend that you guys should look into. What do you got for us?
Tease me, baby.
Here we go. We're going to tease a little something. Ponch, this goes out to you. I know you're busy putting up more Christmas lights for Lambo to take down. Stay tuned for that video. Here we go. We're going to go a good four-teamer for Ponch. Throw 100 on it. 6-point teaser. First, we're going to run with is the Dallas Cowboys. We all know they're getting in. They're going to figure it out somehow. I believe they're -2 I last saw. Use the 6, get them +4. That's another one. Another one that I absolutely love is get your Tennessee Titans. Right now, it's at -7. Buy that down to 1. It's pretty much a pick 'em. Henry's going to roll. That Houston team can't stop anybody. They couldn't even stop Bernard and Pion, whatever his name is, the guy in Cincinnati. The guys went over 230 yards. So hop on there. Another one that we've been talking about him all day with Murray. We talked about him in the Survivor. We're going to run it back with the New Orleans Saints. They're fighting. Lambo talked about they're fighting for that home field. So they'll be playing in the afternoon with Green Bay. Right now they're -6. Buy it down to even. That's another one. And to go ahead and top it off is the final one. I'm drawing a blank, boys. What's the drum roll?
Seattle.
What is it?
Seattle.
There it is. Good old Seattle. Lambo again. Come after. I know it was tough last week. They're going against tonight. They're the same situation as the Saints. They need the Saints to lose, and they need the Packers to lose, but they're going to be playing at the same time. They're -7 right now. Buy them down to 1, so it's almost a pick 'em, and that's your teaser. Get those 4 teams on there. Ponch, that's for you. I'm shouting out Ponch right now. You know what, Ponch? If this teaser hits, you're getting, since you didn't make it tonight and I filled in for you, your Instagram is on the line if that hits.
I agree.
Instagram.
And I'll personally tell him tomorrow we're going to go live. I'm going to go, pay my debt, take down his Christmas lights tomorrow. So stay tuned tomorrow, guys. I'll be going live on Troy Meets World, and then I'll send it over to the 6th Sense so the 6th Sense can post it up. But I will be paying that debt because those damn Seattle Seahawks took out my Rams. But and
They're going to make you money this week.
I'll make sure that Ponch starts his Instagram tomorrow. Well, I have to wait till Monday, but I'll let him know about this bet going on.
Yeah, it's going down.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll make sure that we have a medic on site for you taking down those lights. I feel like
Troy Griswold.
Eric's just throwing loose Christmas bulbs that have died just on top of the roof right now. I'm going to make you walk around, make sure you pick them all up.
That's the first
Yeah,
time I've
Troy
ever seen,
Griswold.
Christmas lights inside the chimney. Inside the chimney. Man, he's tough.
It's a new thing.
It is.
All the rage. All right, let's go to everyone's favorite part this week. We're going to go with our locks. Last week was our worst week. We went 2-4 out of the group of 6 with our locks. We are still positive. We are 8-6-2 on the year, so we're still positive on the locks for this year, since we've been doing them the past 4 weeks. So we're going to continue it. We're going to start off with our first locks of the week, and I'm going to go with me. I'm not going with the Rams or the Packers. The only reason I'm wearing a Rodgers jersey is because the best chance of the Rams making the playoffs is that Aaron Rodgers gets a win.
Wolford.
My lock of the week is actually we're going to go to Philly. Okay, going back to the well with Philly, and I'm taking the under. Okay, with that Washington game. Here's why. Miles Sanders is out. He's obviously their biggest weapon in offense, being able to move the ball. Deshaun Jackson, the big playmaker downfield, he's out as well. So no Miles Sanders, no Deshaun Jackson. They're out. And the Washington football team is just, they're not a big scoring team anyways. It's at 43.5 right now by the hook. Get it at 44 and root for that under. It's the good thing about that is as soon as they kick that ball off, you're winning. So you're going to be winning that whole time all the way until that last whistle. So lock in Eagles under 44 or better.
I like it. I like it. Here's the thing. You know, Ramsey, he's our coordinator. He gets it all going. The way I'm thinking about this bet for you this week, it's like when it's been roulette, like 5 times in a row. You bet black because it's coming, baby. Here it comes. And I like the under. Like you said, some weapons are out. Washington's got a good front four. Alex Smith, Mr. Check Down himself, might be coming back, or if they got the backup in there. So Washington wants to pound the ball. And you said the weather was bad too. Check those weather. It's always important.
I like the pick. Mornings, so
I like it.
And it does look like, it actually looks like a roulette table in my background over here with all the black and the red. So I'm 0-3, by the way. Check the numbers. Looking to go 1-3 for the regular season and get some momentum for the playoffs.
Right for the playoffs. Yeah, I love it. Right in the playoffs. Just get the playoffs run.
Me? Playoffs?
Yeah. All right, let's check it down to Lambo. Lambo, what's your lock of the week? Lambo, by the way, is our only resident undefeated. He's 3-0 with his locks, so ride his hot hand right now if you want to win money.
I'm going to go back with the team that made me take the Christmas lights down this week. So I'm going to go with Seattle -7 over the Niners. Seattle still playing for that outside chance at that first round bye with a loss from Green Bay and New Orleans. And I think the thing that I'm looking for in this game is that Russell Wilson has been off with the passing game. They've been running the ball well enough to where he hasn't had to do the run and shoot. So I think he wants to get back on track before the playoffs with DK and Tyler. So I think they're going to throw the ball a lot around the ballpark. So I think a big game from Wilson, Metcalf, and Lockett all together. Just trying to get back on track before the playoffs start because they look like they've been off for a few weeks. Time to get back on track. -7, Seattle, lock. Let's do it. Get that money stacked up before the playoffs, baby.
Playoffs?
Because 2 triple headers next week, Saturday and Sunday for the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be beautiful, boys.
Lock that in and tell them Lambo sent you.
Hey, you know what Lambo always says? That's some good stuff.
Good stuff.
Right there.
All right, Sis, what is your lock of the week? I believe Siz's record, you're 0-1-1, correct?
0-1-1, yeah. Let's see if I can scratch that left side column one time.
Come on, Cartwright.
Come on, Cartwright. Let's go. So there's a lot of talk about throughout the whole damn podcast. Seems like I'm gonna go with the Saints. Again, even though Kamara's out, look for Latavius Murray to, get all that work, that bulk. Saints need to win. Like they're playing for a lot against a South Carolina D, which is probably gonna bust in their final season game. So, and also Carolina's McCaffrey and Davis are doubtful. So look for the Saints need to lock them down and hold them to nothing. So. If you can, it's at -6.5 right now. If you can buy it down to 6 or better, go ahead and lock that in, and that's all. Get Siz's first dub and lock that in. Let's all make money. Let's do it.
Let's
think
do
their
it.
number one pass rusher Burns, I think, is out too for the Panthers. So that's also very helpful for
Yeah.
those teams. And hopefully that line moves a little bit tonight because of Kamara's absence, to where you don't even have to buy that hook, that you'll just get it in your
Yeah,
pocket.
that's actually an interesting fact. I have a feeling it may come down like a half or maybe a point. If you can get it early, because what's going to happen is everyone's going to bet that, and it's going to go right back up. So if you can hop on it early now, get it locked in, sit back, drink your favorite beverage, and just get some extra money ready for playoff time.
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Talking playoffs? All right. Sis, thanks. So get those Saints. All right, Coach Smitty, who's your lock of the week?
Here we go, 2-1, tough one. You know, me and Rogers, we have a vendetta. He beat me like a redheaded stepchild. Karen, I'm joking. No one's beating anybody. You don't have to report anybody.
Yeah,
Relax.
easy, Karen.
This pick, we've been talked about it on the last episode. We've talked about it a little bit this earlier on the teaser. I'm sick to my stomach to even say this pick, but I'm not even doing any logic, research, anything. It's just, it's going to happen. And the Cowboys are going to find a way. I think it's down to 2.5. Here's the thing. Most football games don't end beaten by 2. You can always protect yourself to get it down by the hook if you want to. But if it's 2.5, I would just roll with it. You don't have to buy the hook on there. But I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to find a way. The Eagles are going to win a game. Ramsey's under is going to hit. They're going to win a game like 3-3 to something. I don't know, 3-0, 3-2. Somehow
9-3.
Yeah, and the Cowboys are going to win probably by 4. I'm going to go out there and say 4, and they find a way to get into the playoffs. And I'm sick to my stomach. Jerry Jones right now is dancing in his suite with him and his sons, and yeah. So I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys -2.5 this week.
Ugh.
Actually, there's some books that have it at -1 right now.
Even worse. Ugh, I just take it. I'll take it. Oh, it's so gross. Yeah, just take it. Just do it. Do it.
Hey, just a disclaimer though, week 17, there's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching for some of these teams. You know, once a team gets up, if Green Bay's blowing out that first half and the Saints in Seattle see it, they might see that and
Call the dogs off.
pull the range back and start benching some of their guys, knowing that they're not going to get the first round bye to protect injuries. So just be careful out there. Watch the scoreboards. Maybe even watch those second halves. If that happens, maybe you can get a nice little second half bet in on seeing if one of these teams benches their starters going in the second half.
That's a great insider right there. Definitely pay attention if like a team is up and they see Green Bay's blowing out the Bears. And they're time to rest. That's a sneaky second half. You can do look at a lot of unders too, because the starters start coming out. They're going to go through the motions because they want to protect everybody. I've already put on Ponch's hat. Is the room allowing? I have a dog this week that I'd like to. I'd like to throw out there if the room will allow it.
As long
Coach
as
Smitty, man of all trades, all wonders.
Do it.
I'm just, it's the new year. Don't even get me started on the new year. I like how everyone's like 2021. Nothing changed.
everything's
nothing
different
changed.
now. I feel so
Yeah.
different.
I feel different. I feel different.
Nothing changed. It's
No.
like, come on. Oh my God,
I feel
it's
different.
2020. You're still back in it. It's Saturday.
Take some damn baby steps into 2021. Let's take it nice and slow. Fucking.
I know people trying to be
This
positive out there,
is my
but
year.
yeah, you're still stuck in your
My
house
year.
complaining. Yeah, it's like
You're 47. You haven't had a year yet.
It's like, yeah, it's Saturday. I woke up, I'm still stuck in my house. The government sucks. It won't give me money. Yeah, we get it. Okay.
Where's
we
my
get it.
600?
Yeah. That's my rant of the week. But I'm going to go, for everybody, 2021, first of the year, let's get some positivity going. We're going to take that stimulus check for everyone out there, and we're going to put it on the Chicago Bears money line.
The Bears.
I think the Chicago Bears in Montgomery and Trubisky saves his job, and he takes down Rodgers. And get that, I think they're -7.5 right now. So that's a really nice sneaky money line there. And they're going to be playing hard. That defense, you never know. Just watch out for those Bears this week. I'm just saying, not guaranteed. I'm just saying.
Man, you're going against Rodgers 2 weeks in a row, huh? On the
I think Coach Smitty's got a little man crush on that SOB.
You son of a bitch!
In Chicago because he says he's only going to talk about
Rich
it once.
ski,
And
yeah.
then we got 4 weeks straight where he's talking about that SOB. So I'm not even going to say his name, but Steve knows who he is.
They
he
don't
follows.
call me. Go ahead, Ramsey.
I think he follows Smitty. That's why. And he's like, oh, this guy actually is listening to what I'm saying.
Hey, a lot of people don't know this, but they actually call me Mitch's bitch on the side. I'm just saying they call me that. That's insider information. Me and Trubisky, we go way back, North Carolina days. And actually, he did really well at DFS last week, so he's back.
Yeah,
He's back.
All right, so that's your upset pick of the week. I thought you were going to go with the Jets over New England. I actually think that's a good one too if you're looking for a little second one, or if you just want to put a little bit of money on a parlay. A little cheap parlay. Don't have to put a whole lot of money down to make some good money. If you pick 2 little upsets there and piggyback them.
You want to have fun. If you want some action just to have a little fun tomorrow, throw a little, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. Just put some money down on a 5-team parlay for the 10-5 teams. There's 5, 10, and 5 teams trying to get either position or a spot in the playoffs. So if you want to do that, get these 5 teams in there. You got Miami, Baltimore, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, and Indy. Lock those in on a parlay because they're all playing for a playoff spot. Get them in there just to have some fun. Enjoy your Sunday with, like Smitty said, your favorite beverage.
Is that a 10-10 Lambo insider? That's a 10-10 Lambo. That's a Lambo
Good
bet.
stuff.
That's definitely
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
My great grandpappy always said, that's good stuff.
Damn grandpappies.
All right, that's our show for this week. Make sure you go ahead and lock in all of those plays we said, the DFS, the locks. Take a chance on those upsets. If you got a survivor left, go ahead and play that too. And then already start paying attention to where you want to start drafting people next year in those fantasy leagues. Be ahead of the game or you'll finish in last place like I did next year. Nobody wants that, okay? But thanks again for tuning in. Guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our content with anybody you want. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes 2 seconds to click the button and share it with anybody. Also, be sure to go check out shotties.com and grab you some shotties. I know I had a little too many last night on New Year's Eve or 2 nights ago for New Year's Eve. So go get shotties.com. And that's it for this week. We will see you all next week with the recap.
Get off my yard.